Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
Nirmala Bluewhale. So her contribution will be a reminder of the opposite of technology. She has a personal experience with communicating with nature in different situations and empathizes and emphasizes the skill and practice as crucial for our future food production. She sees a danger that the Aquarian age could be a strong focus on technology, but she feels that it is the right place to start and not to repeat the wrongdoings of the Atlantean times. So, the planet, the food technology, the food production, and so forth on planet Earth has to change, which is so fertile and will have challenges to learn and relearn and examine to come down to earth, as we have been saying in Danish. So basically, her thoughts about the nature and how she feels that she can contribute to a better world and a better nature. Her topic today is conscious communication with nature. Over to ma'am, Nirmala Bluewhale.
Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be in this platform. And actually, when
Thank you.
when I was asked to consider to join as a speaker here, I was very surprised. But I actually realized that I have something at heart that I would like to share. So this is about. Of course, you all know how industrialized food production has gone too far out a bad track, and I see like we are approaching the age of Aquarius, which is both standing for the collective, the humanity, the cooperation, but it's also standing for technology, and we are in a critical position. We have the risk that the focus of the future will be very on technological solutions for everything, and also food production. And I see this as a dangerous track, because we are on this planet. I actually understand on many other planets it would be the most natural thing to manage food production or whatever with technology, but actually we are on planet Earth, and this planet is so special because it is so fertile and so biodiverse, and we are very used to communicate on the horizontal level with each other, with other humans, and also have had our focus on the communication with whatever you call it, your higher aspects, but now for the first time ever, I don't really remember, but now this planet is raising her frequencies, and nature is actually receiving the incoming cosmic energies with much less resistance that we as humans are. Whatever, if you are here as an earthling who have been here forever, or you are here as a spirit coming in for this occasion to help the rise of consciousness on this planet, it's worth it for all of us to have the focus on the communication with the nature on this planet. And I also see it as crucial for the food production in the future. I'm very inspired from, for example, Anastasia from the Russian taiga, whose vision is that every family on this planet should have a piece of earth, a piece of land, and that every single one of us, to some degree, shall be involved in producing our own food, because this will be the most nutritious food for all of us, because nature communicate with every single one of us. So the food, the seeds that you sow in the soil will create the nutrition in the food that is directed specially for you. And also by walking bare feet in the soil, and by putting the seeds in our mouth before we put them in the earth, and techniques like that Anastasia is recommending, and it has grown to a huge movement from Russia, spreading all over the world. And also to think about our psychological health. It is crucial, and how nurturing it is to have your daily contact with nature, with plant, with earth, and also when we communicate, when we know her as a living planet, as a living entity, then we discover that she's actually responding to our thoughts and needs, and questions, and what we request, and the wild plants and whatever is growing around where you live is actually exactly what you need to be in the most healthy state. So and also, if you move around on this planet, if you like to move around and visit places, and you want to be secure, the personal experience I can tell is, I visited a very special ancient land in Brazil, in the middle of Brazil, in the highlands, and it was pristine nature, and it was wildlife living there, had been living there forever. Snakes, cobras, scorpions, tigers, pandas, all kinds of poisonous spiders, and it was dangerous to be there if I had not been very, very present. And what I did was that I took an inner moment to deeply connect with and communicate with the spirits of that land. And I stated that my intention was only peaceful coexistence, and that I apologized for this more or less clumsy body that was trekking on this holy land, but that's the only way I'm able to be here. And I honored, and I asked for help and for guidance, and I stated that my only reason for being there was to be of service. And I actually spent my time for 5 weeks out there in wild nature, without any kind of accident. And I noticed that when I was walking the mountains, all these swirling insects around my head, suddenly there were no more bloodsuckers. Suddenly it was only flies surrounding me. Um, so that was a very that was an experience of being in relationship with the spirits that are guarding that piece of nature. And some a similar thing happened when I was in Norway, in the mountains in Norway, where I was tracking very far out places that was not prepared for tourism or anything, and it was life threatening places to go. It was very slippery, very like this. You could, and it was sharp and big and sharp stones, so you could easily break a leg or something out there. And I did the same thing. I kind of connected into the spirit of that place, and I understood, my whole body and my whole being understood how to move there, in which tempo and with which mindset to be there, in order to not get into trouble. Because I think while I'm emphasizing this is that I'm aware that many of us subconsciously have been raised and programmed into some kind of fear for nature. So I actually think it's time to examine what is my thoughts, what is my feelings, what is my relation to nature. Because many of us has been told that nature is dangerous. It's something dangerous. It's something dirty, and it's something that we has to manage and to more or less conquer, and if this is the mindset that we have in our subconscious while we are working with nature, we will not be able to get into this kind of equal, loving, acceptable state of co-creation with nature, which so the next example I have is when I created a garden at the place that had not been used for the last 7 years, and I wanted to, in the easiest way, create something in that garden that could be eatable, and I guess you all know about the Findhorn, the Findhorn Foundation, and the Findhorn Project in the north of in Scotland, and they have also published books about how they very consciously co-created this their place with the spirits and elementals of nature, and they managed to create this huge community from a place that was the soil was almost only sand, and thanks to the information they were able to receive, because they consciously wanted to connect with the spirits of the place. And in the garden that I created, I, for example, I had the experience that the insects were guiding me of what to do and what not to do, and insects were telling me where to have a sacred space in the garden, which is not touched by any human, because here the main spirit of the garden always needs a place that is untouched, where it's peaceful, where they can, what they do, they rest or what they do. But they need an appointment with us that this place is untouched, this is our place. And one, I did a mistake once, because I had made a bunch of earth, and suddenly I needed some earth another place, and I was considering to taking from this bunch of earth, and an insect came and kind of wanted my attention, and in that moment I wasn't listening. So I took this from this bunch of earth, I took to the other place, and suddenly I realized, actually some entities has already moved in to this bunch of earth that I had put there. So I shouldn't have removed anything from there again. And this was a message from this little fly that I didn't respect. And actually, before I realized this, I was kind of more or less punished a little bit from the elementals in the garden. I had some on my skin. I had some kind of sticks or bites, or like hurting. I couldn't see anything, but it was like they were biting me because you didn't listen. And when I realized, I actually took this earth and put it back into the bunch of earth, and I apologized. This was the examples I would like to pass on. So I wanna share with you that the vision I see for planet Earth is, as you know, we often speak of planet Earth as a kind of school, and I like to see planet Earth being the permaculture folk high school of the galaxy. So let planet Earth be one big agroforest garden, one big eatable forest garden everywhere, and let technology be used for I'm not talking against technology, but let it be used very consciously where it is needed and useful, and let us not repeat the mistakes from the Atlantean time where technology got much too much focus. And for example, let's technology be used for transport. Let's all of us have our own little vehicle, like floating above the earth, so that we don't need this any more roads and highways, so that all of the planet can be a fertile forest garden, and so that this planet can continue to be this biodiversity library, which it is for the galaxy. That is my message, and I see that we have one big obstacle, and I would like you to join me in praying for all good forces to help us, because actually the biggest challenge I see for us now is, or obstacle, is the television that is placed into every living room, into every family all over the planet almost. And the television is a weapon, and it is being advertised and put into the homes of people with the force and the power and the economy from the 1% that has gathered strength from all the rest of us, and it has not been a request. It's not humanity that have asked for television in the living room with broadcast like 24/7, and it's a weapon of brainwashing and hypnosis, and it's working much too well. It's working all too well. This weapon is so successful that so high a percentage of humanity are using most of their spare time in front of this television, and it's our real huge obstacle. So I ask all good forces to help us to eliminate this weapon, this television, so that everybody can have peace in their living room and can be free of this noise, so that everybody can hear the little voice inside the heart, and that this little voice is telling our vision.
Yeah.